Welcome back to the ONJ YouTube channel slash podcast. I'm your co-host Jeremiah.
I'm a co-host Orlando.
Had a good game tonight. Uh, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Uh, Post notifications, turn all that stuff on. Tonight we have the Phoenix Suns versus the Philadelphia 76ers. But before we get to that, there is some injury news. It's interesting though. Because I don't remember what did you say in the last video though? You said something about him, about this player. Um, Jim, yeah, you said something. But Warriors
Oh
forward,
yeah, I was talking. I think last video I was talking about most improved players and how Jimmy went from like a regular guy to like a star. He won most improved and then turned into a star. I think we were having a that because he said, could somebody be like a turn into an all star or not an all star, a superstar, like a number one option? And I was like, Jimmy Butler is a perfect example of someone who
Den-
developed into the number one
Denny
option.
Audia. Were we talking about Denny Audia? It was somebody. But you did bring up Jimmy Butler. But yeah, Jimmy Butler, out for the year potentially. His post scene his I mean his
Potentially.
I mean, his post said he posted like I'll be back sooner than you think. I don't know what that means. Somebody like
Next season.
next season. But but yeah, out for the season. I believe it's his right ACL. Yes, it's torn right ACL. Just what does this mean for the Warriors? And I mean, just for just the overall chances at the run for a title.
It's tough. It's tough because like the only people you had was Curry and Butler, and then now Butler's gone. So now what? I don't know what the Warriors do. Do
Yeah,
they go desperate and try to trade him? Like
trade him with a. Are you taking that? Are you taking that trade? Like with knowing he has a torn ACL?
I don't know. It could be like one of the Trailblazers got back. Remember how they signed Dame and they were like just
It's a
sit
good
out and
point.
then it was fine. Something
It's a
like
great
that.
point. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the return will be for the Warriors, but like I don't know. Their window's very short, and this puts a big question mark on that window now.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's tough. They're sitting eight right now, eighth in the West right now. So, kind of in the midst of trying to, secure a playing spot. Um, and I mean outside of Curry, it's not too much other production, consistent production you have. You know what I mean? Outside of Jimmy, I mean you have guys here and there. You know, you have I don't even know his name. How you say it? Pozing? Pods. Let's just say Pods. Like, you have Kaminga, you have Moody, like you have those guys. But in
Minka
terms of
wants to get traded anyway. I mean, like, so another one.
I don't know what's going on over there. A lot's happening over there right now. And I think he did it against the Heat too. Jimmy, in terms of getting injured. So like you can like get hurt against your old team. That's gotta be interesting too. But yeah, it's just a tough break. Tough break for sure. Uh, yeah, I'm curious to see just. I know that's gonna be a big loss for them, but I'm just curious to see like what they do to kind of, uh, you know, make up for, what that production.
It's a lot. It's a lot of production. I don't know
Nah,
if
it is.
I'm gonna have to come up with something magical to happen. But it's
Mm,
a lot.
not really. Not for sure. But get well soon though. Get well soon, Jimmy Butler, and hopefully he's back on the court in no time.
See you next season,
And you ain't buying it, huh? No
bro.
possible second round playoff return.
Bro, it's an ACL. Come on now. Come on
Yeah,
now.
yeah. At this stage of his career, I mean, no need to rush it. No need to rush
Yeah,
it back. I
yeah.
mean,
Feel up. Heal up.
You have nothing to prove at this point. Uh, but the game tonight, Phoenix Suns, Philadelphia 76ers. Suns get the win in Philly, 116 to 110. As always, who's your player of the game? Who stood out to you?
Joel Embiid.
This
Um,
okay, I'll let you cook. I'll let you cook. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, no, I'm not gonna cook. I'm not gonna cook. 15 claps off the bench is a new record high. I think he was doing amazing.
Wow.
Uh, along with the duel of Paul George right there, contributing 14 claps. They're doing great. I think
What
they're
did
doing
they do to
great.
you?
The fact that they're not playing
Uh-huh.
is what they did. That that's what happened. Imagine how
Oh
good
man.
how better the 76ers would be if those two players were playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially with how crazy Tyrese Maxey has been doing. Like the man's an all-star starter. His first all-star starter selection. Now imagine if he had those two players.
Yeah. That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
So Joel Embiid and Paul George stood out to you on two players on the losing team who stood out to you.
Nah, let's see.
They
I don't
wasn't
know.
clapping loud enough, huh?
This
That's
for an actual player of the game, it's kind of hard.
yeah.
For this game, I think it was a well played out. Like the team all contributed in certain aspects.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you had, I think, at the beginning of the game, Grayson Allen was doing great. He was hustling out there, making the right plays.
Mm-hmm.
Devin Booker, as always, he finished the game leading with 27 points. Now, he was 9 of 23. You kind of want that field goal percentage to be better.
For
Um,
sure.
but I will say with Booker, I think one of the best things that ever happened to Booker was that they keep double teaming him and pick up games because he's become such a great passer off that double team.
We gotta figure out a way to like insert that clip. Insert that clip after you say that. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work.
He just turns into a great passer off the double team. And I don't think that could have ever happened if he wasn't getting double teamed at pickup. And Joakim Noah was yelling at him, "Yeah, we are. Yeah, we are. We double teaming. Yeah, we are." No,
That's like a
it's
top
perfect.
10 hoop clip. That's like a top 10 hoop clip of all time.
Yeah.
It's like perfect. Cause you got like two, you not it's not just like two, it's not just two like random hoopers. Like it's like two stars, like two NBA stars. Like actually it's cool. It's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Um so then Booker. So that's that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I'll give it to Devin Booker.
Okay. Um I don't know. It's tough. Uh especially from the Sun. I mean, there were some guys that did have some good performances, but
The tough.
mm,
It was a good all around game by the team.
it was. I mean, I would love to say like
Can we say the
I don't
coaching?
know,
Give it to the coach. Great coaching.
coaching. The coach was great. I'm curious, like, does it have to be like a player on the winning team though? Can it be somebody on the losing, or no?
Oh,
Like,
well, no,
no.
we could go back to Jerry West winning MVP in the first NBA ABA finals. Like,
Okay. uh, you know what? Even though it was his first game back, I'd say he wasn't the most efficient, like you said with Devin Booker. But I mean, Jalen Green though. His first game back from I don't know what, probably 20 plus games. I don't know. Like he was out for a long time.
yeah,
Um, you know, him first game back, getting his win back, missing all that time. He's only played 2 games this year, so however many games that was, you know what I mean. That's a lot of time missed, and for him to come back And like you said, it's good for the coach to bring him off the bench. And I mean, ooh, how do you feel about this? Seeing it with Wemby, I feel like there's been some other guys too. I'm just drawing blank. But like in terms of teams bringing their stars back off the bench and not kind of like just inserting them into the start lineup, essentially.
I like
Is
it.
that, yeah,
I like it because it kind of I feel like the having them come off the bench. If you're a star coming off the bench, you're gonna go against the bench unit of the other team. So I mean, like I feel like that would help you develop your confidence coming back from an injury because you should technically just be getting straight buckets against the other
that's true.
team's bench. So I think it helps, get your confidence back. And, I think with the bench, you also don't have to exert a lot of energy and potentially, get re-injured if you're coming off the bench. I think I would like that.
Yeah, Wemby certainly proved that. You know, he certainly proved that 7'5", 7'5",
Alien.
coming off your bench is wild. Well, yeah, I mean, Jalen Green wasn't the most efficient, 4 of 11, but still he looked good, for his first game back, missing 20 plus games. I mean, thought he operated well with the ball in his hands. Took kind of what the defense gave him. Um, I
I think
mean, just go ahead.
was it Jalen Green who had that like crazy block? I don't remember if it was in the third or in the second. He just ran just hit that block. I think I believe it should have been Jalen Green. I don't
I think it
remember.
probably was. Yeah, I think
I
so.
was I was
Yeah.
very surprised by that play. You don't really think of him as the blocking defender type, so it's nice to see those other aspects of his game.
I don't know. Was it him? I don't know. I actually thought of the BJ Edgecombe block. You're not talking about that.
No, 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 no.
No.
It
Yeah.
was a post
I,
player.
yeah, it might have been him, maybe. But I mean, yeah. Look solid. First game back. It's a pretty good game overall. You know what I mean? Phoenix won by 6. It was pretty fairly close throughout most of the game. Philadelphia came out swinging, especially Kelly Oubre and BJ Edgecombe. Um, Especially in that first half, Kelly Oubre had like 19 in the first half. It seemed like he could not miss, from three in that first half. He was incredible. I think he had like what, maybe five made threes in the first half, 4 or 5 made threes. I know he had 19 points, but yeah,
So
I mean VJ Edgecombe as well. VJ's probably never seen a fadeaway he didn't like. Um, you know what I mean? I, it's quite impressive how comfortable he is just shooting faders. Like it doesn't have to be a regular set shot, so that's pretty cool to see. But yeah, just what'd you see from just the 76ers overall, and I mean just who caught your attention just in terms of overall game?
well, I already named Embiid and Paul George, but I mean outside of those two, um, I mean obviously Tyrese Maxey, the way he's kind of improved his game.
Hmm.
Um, at the beginning, like you were mentioning, Kelly Oubre was just lights out.
And I think it was his first game back too.
Was it? He
Yeah.
was cooking.
Was it? Well, I don't know. Well, actually, no. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong on that.
I actually don't know.
No, I think no, no, yeah, disregard that. He's been back for a little bit.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
he
I
was
don't know.
cooking.
I feel like I haven't seen him hooping forever. Yeah.
He was cooking. That trio of Oubre, Maxey, and Edgecombe they are the guys of these teams because the rest of the team are like second year players, honestly, because obviously like 50-60% of your cap is going to the two players on the bench.
Mm.
Um, and they're picking up some of that slack and really going off. Um, Also Drummond, I think Drummond made a great decision coming back to the 76ers. Um, because he know there was a good chance he was going to be the starting center for obvious reasons. And he's been really good. 15 rebounds for a team who's out. their star center having Drummond just come in there and do what he does best and grab 15 rebounds for you, I think that helps the team a lot too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, great, definitely a great opportunity for him to, kind of, you know, uh, whenever MB is not playing, just to, fulfill that starting role. Um, 4 for 10 is it kind of tough seeing from a big man. Of course, you want to see your big man try to be as efficient as
15
possible,
rebounds.
but
15
I
rebounds.
mean, Maxi did, Maxi, he missed some shots. You know what I mean? 7 to 25. Of course, you want to see more efficiency from your all-star starter. You know what I mean? So that definitely played a part in, them not getting the win that they wanted. But I mean, he had some great performances from VJ Edgecombe. I mean, he's just such a solid player. And I mean, I think once he understands, and I'm sure he'll get it because he's looking like he's getting there. Like once he just understands, probably just like when to just do certain things, like when to attack, when to make the right play, which he did do. He did show glimpses of that today. Like, but once he fully like encompasses that, and that becomes like a part of his like NBA DNA, like he's gonna be like a problem. I mean, he's already good, but like he's gonna be a problem. And like I saw his numbers at the beginning of the game, and like they're like incredible, like 15, 5, and 4, like as a rookie. Like that's incredible. Like you know what I mean? Like to be a guard and averaging almost 6 rebounds is like really, really good. And you're only 6'4". You know what I mean? Going up against 7 footers, like that's awesome.
Yeah, I agree. And also I think putting Grimes off the bench for the 76ers, I think he's been playing a very important role for this team. And I think he's been very valuable in some of the things he's doing from the defensive end to just his scoring as well.
What are your thoughts on? I mean, he was a very high pick for them last year. Well, no, the year before last year. Or was it the year before or the year before last year? But in 2020, in the 2024 draft, Jared McCain. Like, what are your thoughts? I mean, he didn't play at all today. Uh, like you said, Quentin Grimes is back. You know what I mean, essentially. So maybe those minutes that would have been available for him are, going to Grimes, essentially. But just what are your thoughts on just
Is he
what
is he
hmm?
fully healthy? Because I thought he had an
Should be?
injury. Is he back from that injury? I thought he
He
didn't
should.
play because of the injury.
No,
Let me
he's back
rewind.
because he
Oh wow,
played. Because he played last game. Yeah, he played a little bit last game. He's like kind of at the end of the rotation, essentially.
oh wow.
So I don't really know. Like, I'm curious,
That,
like where he falls in their long-term plans.
that's interesting because he was was it last season or maybe beginning? No, it had to be last season where he was playing pretty well for this team.
He
So to see
was.
him to to fall out of the rotation like this is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I'm curious to see like why. I mean, he of course he went down with the I don't know, was it ACL? I don't remember. But I know
Um, yeah.
it was some type of knee injury. He went down with, missed the rest of the season. But, like you said, averaged 15 points a game, was a very, very, very good player. Uh, and now it seems like he's kind of, found his way out of the rotation on the outside, looking in kind of. I mean, just it shows. I mean, it also shows like, what I mean, how tough it is to kind of, you know, not only like build yourself up, but then also like kind of maintaining like what you have, you know what I mean? Like and how quick it could get taken away if like if you have a God forbid like a season ending injury, like I mean there's other guy it's next man up. Like it literally is next man up and sometimes, what I mean, you may not have that same spot, that you had before, you got injured just because of the performance of other players. But I'm curious to see like what he falls in their long term plans because I mean VJ's looking great. Quentin Grimes is a for sure bucket getter. So that guard, that like off guard, depth chart. I mean, I wonder just like where the Sixers see him, long term, as a part of the organization. I
Yeah,
mean, this,
because I feel like if you would have asked this question last season, you it was an easy choice of like, he's a big part of their future plans. So to see
sure,
him to fall out their rotation, and I'm wondering if maybe it's because of the injury. Maybe the injury is
yeah,
affecting the way he's playing.
yeah,
Um, but I don't know. I haven't seen him play since he got back from injury. So
yeah, no, for sure. So, yeah, I'm curious to see like what that. I mean, it doesn't really seem like his last couple games. I mean, he hasn't really been playing that much, so it doesn't seem like that's gonna change anytime soon. So I'm wondering, what that looks like. Like, do they trade him, or you know what I mean, or is it just or are they waiting for him to get healthy? Like, I don't know. Um, but I mean, Phoenix though they did what they had to do. I'm loving the ball movement also. With that team too. Uh, we could touch on that too a little bit. I mean, they're number six in the West right now. Uh, I think that win brings them, yeah, to that. Uh, new coach. I don't. Do you even know the new coach name? I don't even know his name, but I mean,
so
He's got them playing amazing. I'm loving just the spacing that's provided and how they move the ball, and the ball's not sticking. You know what I mean? And like even with Jalen Green, like I mean, yeah, he'll have a couple moments where he just kind of shoots a questionable shot, but overall, like I mean, Jalen Green's not out there just shot chucking. You know what I mean? Like he's out there making plays, and I mean, coaches like holding them accountable to making the right plays. But just yeah, just your thoughts on how they look and what made it work today.
you mentioned the ball
Jordan,
movement,
oh my bad, Jordan Ott.
Jordan.
Just put some low respect on his name.
Shout out to Coach. Like you mentioned, the ball movement. It was good ball movement, and I think a big part also is, and this could fall both on like I guess the roster, but I think a big part of the NBA is a coach being able to manage the roster and the personalities of the roster. And I think when you see this Phoenix Suns team play, especially compared to last season, it looks more like a team, more like a well structure. It seems like guys are a little bit less selfish this season compared to last season when it was like, the big three-headed monster that they had that I think only played like 6 games
Mm-hmm.
and was struggling too. So it's nice to see, them actually working together as a team, as a full coherent team, and just to exceed expectations because the Suns are exceeding every expectations that team people had for them.
No, for sure. I mean, yeah, I agree with everything you said. They're playing great. They're definitely exceeding expectations. And he's definitely a great coach. So far. Uh, I mean, they have a solid roster. I mean, like even the last game that we talked about with them. I mean, I've always said like I like their roster. Like they have everything they need. I mean, and that was without Jalen Green being in the lineup. You know what I mean? But I mean, yeah, they have it. They have everything they need. I think that was the next game we were doing. I mean, they have everything they need. They just gotta be able to just use each other's strength and put it all together. But and they for sure did that today. You know what I mean? It wasn't the prettiest performance. You know what I mean? Maybe from a shooting perspective, but what I mean? These type of games, you just gotta less make less mistakes. Than the other team. Uh, Also, and I like that player that they have, Ego Daro. I didn't realize like how yoked he is. Like he's a pretty big, like kind of like Jericho Sims type build. Like he's pretty he's a pretty like big dude. But I mean I thought he played pretty good for him. Gave some good minutes off the bench as well. For Mark Williams. Um, I wasn't sure, like, because Mark Williams didn't play that much, so and I don't remember him going out with an injury. So maybe, coach just thought, Iguodaro, or I don't know how his name is, but Iguodaro, I guess he thought he had the hot hand, but yeah, played pretty well for them too. Pretty efficient, 5 of 7 from the field, but. No, it was a good team performance though overall for them.
Yeah, and I agree with you. I wasn't too familiar with his game, and I was seeing him this game. I was highly impressed. And like you were mentioning, Williams coming out the game for him. He played more minutes than Williams, and I think that also goes back to the coaching to kind of understand the personnel and be able to make that adjustment. This man has the hot hand. We're gonna keep him in the game.
Yeah, no, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I mean they've got guys. Gillespie, he's a solid guard. Could stretch the floor. And a trusted ball handler you can have on the floor. Yeah, I mean they've got some dudes. And you win like even with one of your other top scorers, shooting 2 for 13 and Dylan Brooks, right? Like he had an off shooting night as well. So and you still able to get the win. So you love having games like this. You know what I mean? Where, one of your top scorers is off a little bit, but everybody else can pitch in and you still get the win.
Yeah, I agree. It was a good outing by them. I think they held their cool in the fourth quarter when the 76ers were kind of making a little comeback, trying to win the game, and they kept it together and won the game. So I think that's also important.
For sure, for sure. But shout out to the Phoenix Suns. Tough win, especially on the road. But y'all got it done. Shout out to the coaching staff and look good, look pretty good.
Also, just a quick shout out to Tyrese Maxey. Not only is he an All-Star starter, um, but apparently he's also receiving his first signature shoe with New Balance. So
Have they
big
like
step.
released like a prototype or something?
I have not seen a prototype yet. This was a tweet from, the one, the only Shams. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that Tyrese Maxey was receiving his first signature shoe, debuting later in 2026. So be on the
Mm,
lookout for that shoe.
sounds like you're getting New Balance basketball shoes.
Like the New Balance making a comeback, it looks like.
Yeah, no, you never know, never know. But shout out to him though. It's big time. Getting your own signature shoe, especially being so young in the league. I mean, first time, yeah, first time, I believe. First time as an all-star starter, and you're announcing your new shoe, so they're definitely riding that wave, and hopefully he keeps it up.
Facts.
Yeah. Anything else? I don't know. I think that was all the news. Yeah.
Yep. That was about it.
Yep. So good win from the Suns on the road. Um, get well soon, Jimmy Butler. And we'll see how the Warriors are able to kind of, adjust around that. I mean, that's a big, big loss. That's a pretty much an all-star level talent. You're losing. So we'll see who steps up to the plate and see if they can maintain that play-in spot. And we'll catch you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We out.